Hello, Shelly Lamb, fiber artist from Art of the Hook and Needle. Just wanted to come and talk to the group and our page real quick. Exciting announcement as well. First of all, the last couple months, the amazing whips that you have turned into your finished products have been amazing. All your fiber arts journey, no matter what tools you use. Loom, knit, crochet, art of the hook and needle. We are fiber lovers. It doesn't matter what tools you use. Art is fiber art, and your own impressionism and what you complete and what you make for your family, what you do for your shows, whether you sell it for retail. All of those items are just have been amazing, and it probably has to do with our downtime that we've had. We are so fortunate to have our hobby and our love that has kept us going for the last couple of months, and to turn to that and have that, at our fingertips to have fun with it. For me, personally, I want to share fiber arts is very therapeutic, and I love creating, whether no matter what tools. I'm tri-stitchel, crochet, loom, and knit. And I have found my personally, I have found that I enjoy and love looming. I it, ta- all of our creations take hours upon hours to create, and sometimes months, and maybe even a year, depending on what we're doing. And I have a career outside of art and the hook and needle, and it it takes, I only have so many minutes in the day to enjoy my hobby outside of my career. So for me, the looming has become a fun fiber arts journey and a creative outlet. And I'm going to share with you in a minute, but I want to go back to the group. I love sharing. Please go ahead and share your whips. I look to the page, and I love sharing your fiber arts creations because, some of those views that we're getting on the page, when I share that to the page, we're getting anywhere from 800 to 2,000 to 3,000 views on your created work that you took time and love and your own fiber arts journey. So continue sharing, and I will continue sharing because we want everybody to see what we're doing and just inspire others to what they may be, for their fiber arts journey. I also want to say thank you to the entire group for helping each other. And I look to the page and I see, somebody asked for inspiration on patterns, or somebody asked for inspiration, or looking at a pattern and they're asking for advice, or just being exciting and sharing of what your current whip is. That, to have that outlet and that creativity all in one space, and to be a part of a group, a society of fiber artists, is amazing. So I wanted to share that before I go into my personal journey. I am excited to announce that I am launching, well, already launched, my look, your hook. And what that's the reason why I started looming is because I was looking for something, my stash. You can't see all of it, but, and then I have it all over the house. We've already talked about that a million times. I wanted to find an outlet to use up the stash because it was, I've added to it for 8 years, throughout my journey of all the tools that I've been using. And I would see something and I would buy it, and I didn't have a specific pattern in mind. So I thought, okay, I'm going to, uh, what could I use one or two skeins for? And that would be hats. Of course, knitting, you just use one skein. But for me, the process of looming and how quick it goes and the instant gratification, and I find that, just matching or pairing my stash, and just it's a stash buster. And that's why it got me excited. And I'm going to show you in a minute some projects that I've completed. So I use a 36 peg boy loom, and that I chose that loom because I can actually use this is for 4 and up, yarn weight. But I actually use a smaller yarn and I just double or triple strand on the loom. I take one ball and or one skein, and I create three different balls so that, or two balls, so I can just double wrap it. So I also like the fact that it has an anchor peg, and that's where my starting round always occurs. And also, I know it's upside down, but can you see the lip? So the lip actually creates a quick E-wrap knit stitch. So not that I'm trying to sell you on the boy loom, but I actually love the boy loom, and that's actually why I created the pattern series that I've launched, and it's specifically designed to this loom because it has 36 pegs. So when we look at patterns, we need that pattern to be exactly 36 and divisible exactly by 36. Sometimes repeating designs aren't divisible. So you'd have to be like medium or advanced in yarning to understand how to convert that pattern that you want to repeat on your hat. So my Look Your Hook is actually graphing patterns specifically designed for this loom. And I'll show you some that I've created. This is a heart pattern and it repeats all the way around. You've probably seen me post it, and it is just repeating, and that is amazing. Also, I love graphs because they're easy to look through while you're reading patterns. This is just a simple knit that there's no pattern for that, just because it's very simple. It was just I love that the yarn itself, was enough to not even have the a different pattern in it. I just wanted the yarn to show on this one. This again is a simple knit, and I did put some single strands in there versus the double strand, just to make it look like more of a beanie look. This is an amazing fun. This is a chunky yarn, and this is a wool blend on the bottom. So then it just looks super cute and it would match, because it's natural. I call this one brownstone. This was definitely super easy because I let it's a tweed, and I let the yarn itself just make the beauty of the hat. This is a cable, and it is triple strand because the yarn is basically a lace and a wool bottom. Here is how the other hat looks like with I know it looks kind of goofy, but it sits on the head like this, so it's still super cute. And it's the same as the other chunky hat that I showed you. That one's called Windchime. This one is very casual, and I went with the same on the bottom and the top for the design, and I thought that one would be cute with jeans, more casual looking. This one is done with alpaca on the bottom, and the triple strand, because that is the yarn was very lacy. This is a pattern by Art of the Hook, pattern graph. This one, we'll talk about this for a minute, and I wanted to share a real quick tip about patterns and what I've learned through my hat looming journey is that you can see there's diamonds on this hat, and it looks cute, and you can see it, but when you're using a repeating pattern, some of the patterns using a solid yarn is the best strategy for that design to show. So this was a simple solid on the base and homespun on the bottom. And I'll show you this real quick. Okay, so this is that diamond pattern is going to be uploaded today. But this is also that same pattern using a variegated latte. And the bottom is actually hand spun alpaca from a local hand spinner to Wisconsin. So I'm not trying to sell you the yarn or anything, but if you have never, this is alpaca, and if you have never worked with alpaca, oh my gosh, you are missing. It's very dreamy. This is also super soft. So you can still see the diamond on this hat, but it's not as prominent as the solid was. So I created the solid so that you could see the design on the head. But still this has a like a feel and look of mohair. This is another exclusive design that will be loaded tomorrow. Whoa, look at that. And look at how you can see, look at how it looks. From afar, you can see the upfront, and then we'll bring it back. You can still see it's a Baroque. This is a retired yarn from Red Heart. It is called Symphony, and it was in my stash, and I'm super sad that they don't make it anymore because it was very, very dreamy to work with on the loom. And then the bottom is from Italy, and it's called Bellissimo. That is also retired, and it has a buckle in between the. It's a wool, so for those that are not don't like wool, just so you know, you can use like a different bottom to it. So this one will be the pattern will be uploaded tomorrow. Oh, and we have just a simple rib, and this was just fun and easy, quick, just rib look. So I wanted to share with you that is my journey, and it has been amazing. And we're excited to launch that graph pattern for the looming for those of you that are interested in, stash busting or, getting into a new tool with your fiber that you're using. And excuse me, sorry. We're just excited to bring it out to anybody who wants to work with the loom. And just a real quick story, I don't when it comes to fiber or tools, it doesn't matter what you're using. Some of these hats were done in Red Heart. Some of them were used all the way up, like I talked about alpaca handspun, as well as Italy imports. And it doesn't matter. Like it's the fiber, how the fiber looks. Or some of those metallics, those were only $6.99 a skein. And the price point of your tools doesn't really matter because every single one of those hats was made on this particular loom. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not using a $40 loom. I'm okay with just using this. I love that it's very simple. I love that it has some basic features that really help me get through what I'm doing. And we look forward to seeing your fiber arts journey on Art of the Hook and what you're doing. And we're going to be sharing ours and yours, as we always do. Have a great day.